Hey there, Toonami faithful, and welcome back aboard Toonami Absolution, where we talk about the shows that made us us and made you you. Once again, we are your hosts. My name is Alex.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John, and we've got two more Sailor Moon episodes, still deeked up, of course. Computer School Blues, which is episode 5. This aired first on Toonami on June 5th, 1998, and is episode 8 in Japan. Is the Genius Girl a Yuma Brainwashing School of Terror? And episode 6, Time Bomb, which Toonami debut was June 8th, 1998, and in Japan is episode 9, Usagi's Disaster, Beware the Clock of Confusion.
We
I
get
want to. Oh, yeah, we get
we
her.
get Amy.
We get Amy or Amy.
So, for those of you who don't know, Ami Mizuno, of course, is
Sailor Mucus.
Mercury.
Sailor Mucus, very different show.
Yeah, Sailor Mercury.
Yes.
Mercury.
So I want to point out Computer School Blues or Brainwashing School Terror is actually one of my favorite Sailor Moon episodes from the early days. It's one I have very distinct memories of. And I'd forgotten how weird the dub of it was.
Again, you get Jadeite coming out here with Jadeite's so good at selling Queen Beryl on his crazy ideas. Like he's just full on car salesmaning it out here.
I hope you to say Jedi describes this plan as many young humans are lust after scholastic achievement. Like, Jedi, calm down, man.
Never calm down. I need Jadeite to have his own spin-off show. I think Jadeite is now my Yamcha. I love him so much.
Lust's a heavy word in this scenario.
It is, and it's also one of those words given the how arbitrary the censorship or whatever is. It's like, oh, that's the word you went with for this? Okay, all right.
Of all the things we cut this episode, the fact that we were going to describe children as lusting is. I presume what they were going for is they do it a few times where the idea is that the Dark Kingdom are meant to be kind of medievalish Old English,
Yeah.
but they only commit to it one time out of three, so you end up with
Yeah.
situations like this. Yeah, so this episode's torn to ribbons mostly because this in Japan, this episode is about Amy going to her cram school, which of course doesn't exist in America. So they had to try and think of a way around this. So it's just her computer course.
And they couldn't get away with calling it Kumon back then
No,
because
they would
that
have,
was trademarked.
even though their logo does look a bit like a kaiju monster. I could totally see that being like a Madoka thing.
Oh yeah. But
Yeah.
really
So
quick,
nope, go ahead.
I do want to ask you guys' opinion. What do you think about Amy's accent? What is going on there?
So I didn't realize someone pointed out she's meant to be British. That's why they changed her school to Brighton Academy because she isn't a transfer in Japan. She's just shy.
Um, I mean, is it the most outlandish accent we've heard so far? I mean, we've got Boston accents earlier. I mean,
Wally.
like I don't know. It's like again, we're all Funimation kids. We kind of grew up with this, and we're just kind of like fine.
If she didn't, she made me think of Bakura so hard in a way that like 6-year-old me could not have known because Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't out yet. But as an adult, I'm like, that's Bakura. That is exactly what they did to Bakura.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's especially funny when you realize that next episode she kind of drops a lot of the accent because she's not as wooden next episode because they're trying to set up the is she actually a Yuma when she's clearly not. Come on, guys.
Yeah, what can we talk about like Luna's like proficiency in identifying who Ami is, like, thinking she's like working for the Dark Kingdom
With
for
zero evidence as well. There's
Yeah,
it just makes no sense that this is now week 4 of this you've been dealing with. That all the hallmarks are there. You should probably start picking up on these Dark Kingdom plots.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's something as I revisit this show, even this dub, it's like how inconsistent Luna is, I think. And I think this is a big example of that. And we're only so many episodes deep, but yeah.
And again, it's not helped by them making her older here. Like again, in Japan, Luna is about Usagi's age. She is as prone to weirdness as she is, and that's why they work. Here, making her older means these moments feel much more jarring because, like, you're meant to be the mentor. Why do you not know these very basic things?
Yeah, this very sassy kind of caustic mentor who apparently can't identify Sailor Scouts.
And apparently he doesn't realize he's talking to another cat via an arcade machine. Because, spoiler alert, that's who's on the other end of that. That's how we bring in Artemis later on. Later on. Very later on.
Very, very later on.
Um, yeah, no, I love this episode because it's just um Amy was my girl because she was the nerdy one, but she can still kill you, which is great. I needed that as a kid. But there's some just weird change in this episode. So, for instance, they do a lot of the scene of Luna logging into the arcade machine. They've edited that to try and avoid kanji as much as possible, so it's broken as all hell. Um, they have this weird bit where they cut out Usagi giggling when she
Yeah.
meets Amy, because the whole point she's meant to be like, "Oh, I can use it to get better grades." They cut that from the dub, which is weird because they're happy to say that Usagi's terrible at school, but that's a step too far. One of the weirdest ones is the Sailor V game she plays. They tint that red in the dub and add a game over screen, which isn't in Japan.
Hmm.
It's the most pointless thing. And they also change her score because they say, oh, she got a score of over 10,000. That's not what it says on the screen. It's so weird that would be the change you make of all of these changes. But this is a rare scene where we do get an extension. If you note when they go to cut to the advert, we have the woman looking through the blinds and that
Yeah.
freezes. Yeah, we extend that out to cover the gaps we introduce later on. That's why that woman just stands by windows for long periods. And of course, we get the bit where Luna on her computer, Cowboy Luna on her computer,
Cowboy
is
Luna on her computer.
cut to ribbons because they try to avoid Usagi showing a sweat drop because in Japan, Luna's like, how did you not realize this was going on? She's like, oh no. But apparently for the dub, they just didn't want that at all. So they just cut all around it. I don't fully understand why.
That's so weird because I do remember like later on in the show, they will start letting that happen.
The thing with this deep dub is they have these weird things that clearly someone in management just has a thing they don't like and demand it is cut regardless. So you end up with these really choppy edits. It's very, very strange.
Deep dub is so weird in places. And again, I just want to go back. Darien really sucks, and I cannot remember if he sucks all the time or if it's just in the Deke dub.
He sucks all the time to the
Okay.
point I would honestly believe you if you told me that they didn't realize he was Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah, like he sucks all the time.
Because in Japan, like Mamoru is a bit abrasive at first because he doesn't have any memories. His parents are dead, yada yada yada.
Parents are dead.
We know the story, but he's not this bad. And they do like show him being a bit dashing. Here he's just a dick. Repeat. He's just like, "Hello, I'm here to insult you."
He's bullying a child. That's literally what is happening. This is a grown man just coming out of the woodwork to bully a child.
It's a grown man who's clearly following her to insult her. Like that's a level of haterism I aim to achieve.
Kendrick Lamar levels of haterism. Like, dang.
Which is, I love it in the time bomb on the next episode because he gets involved in this fight, but it's still the game of somewhere else Tuxedo Mask, and we never really establish where he is.
Yeah, we get some primo Tuxedo Mask in these this week. And is this where the legend of Tuxedo Mask really kind of blossoms the like, here's a rose, I'm not going to do much else?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Like, it is a common meme now that Tuxedo Mask shows up and doesn't do anything. But my God, that we're kind of underselling it in the meme. He really doesn't do anything.
Doesn't appear very often either very early on. We don't see him that much. It's quite funny.
He gets a little Spanish guitar music sting, says one thing, throws a rose, and pieces out. Like, damn, who's signing his paycheck?
He doesn't even get to use his one attack in this dub either, in this version of the anime.
Am I crazy, or do I remember him like throwing his top hat at one point?
He does that, yeah.
Yeah,
But
he just throws.
in the manga, he has a magical palm blast called Tuxedo La Smoking Bomber, all of which
Love
are
it.
names of jackets. He does not get that in this version of the anime for some reason they never fully explain.
He's way cooler as Moon Knight. Like I kind of prefer him as filler only Moon Knight.
He kind of is.
Yeah.
Like I dig on Moon Knight way more. I don't think that was the name of the character, but I'm just gonna say
It was the Moonlight Knight. If you've ever read the Sailor Moon role-playing game, the old one, It's very good. It's not very good. It's a 90s role-playing game. But I love the fact if you read the book, the tuxedo mask bit for his character is very, very short, but the Moonlight Knight bit is really long. Like, you can clearly tell whoever was writing it liked Moonlight Knight. It's like, you will use Moonlight Knight in your game. You have no choice. He's the best character.
He's the best character. He's non-canon, but he's the best character. He's the Broly of Sailor Moon.
Pretty much.
Broly's character canon now.
Broly is now canon,
But
but up until that point,
do we want to
he
talk
was.
about do we want to talk about the Mercury reveal though? Our kind of capper on the episode.
Oh yeah, when she
Um,
get her symbol appears and Lou's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's who you were all along. Okay. All right.
Maybe I
Fine.
should apologize for getting you so I could try and kill you. Nah.
she was so okay with that, by the way. Like when they're like, "Oh, we're sorry that we thought you were a super nega terrorist," and she was like, "No, I understand. I would have thought that too.
I would have murked me too.
I have no hard feelings about the trying to kill me piece."
So I was curious about this because Sailor Moon lore time. Originally, the idea was that Amy was going to be a cyborg. This is why
Yeah.
in this episode we get her being really good at the arcade machine, looking really blank. But that was dropped pretty early on because she just didn't like it, and she couldn't kill her, so she dropped it.
Hmm.
But I wonder if some of this was the dub playing with that idea because she does react how a robot would react to someone trying to kill them.
I think I don't know. I wouldn't give Deke Dub that much credit, frankly. I
Yeah.
think, I think just the way she's animated and depicted in a lot of those early scenes, it's just kind of like, oh, she's clearly the like Mr. Spock one of the group. Let's just lean into that.
It pretty much is.
Yeah.
She very much is that Spock energy. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
though
and
ironically, Serena would be McCoy in this setup,
Yeah.
if you really think about it. She's not Kirk. She's definitely not Kirk.
let's say, who would be Kirk? No one romance. Well, I guess technically Sailor Uranus if we're going full romancing.
If we're going but if we're going with just like the energy, I think it would be Sailor Venus would be the Kirk.
Oh, if she's violent enough.
She's violent enough to be Kirk. She kind of keeps everybody under control.
Wait,
Like
who's Usagi then?
she
McCoy.
is Scotty. No, Usagi is very much McCoy. Like she's very much McCoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ray is Scotty. Ray is absolutely Scotty.
Yeah.
We should also talk about this. This episode is great if you like that period of the 90s where computers were magical and could do anything in the world.
It's true.
So annoyingly, this dub cuts the meme. I'd forgotten that. Very famously, when Usagi holds the dish, she goes, "I should let you know I don't know how to use a computer," and that is a very popular meme. To the point that Sailor Moon Crystal, the remake, includes it again, but changes the dialogue to, "I should let you know I still don't know how to use a computer," in one of
Love
like
that.
the only nods to it being a remake.
That's really
But
funny. I like that.
that's cut in this version. She just holds the disc and says, "I don't know what to do." But then obviously, Amy gets her little computer that is our MacGuffin for how we solve all our problems from here on out.
She gets to Velma her way through life, which is great.
Yes, I love Luna's like, Usagi can't even use her tiara. Why should I give her a computer? Probably could be quite useful.
We give her a pen to give her pretty outfits, and we give Sailor Mercury an actually useful tool.
Well, and Usagi gets like these two episodes we're covering are Usagi getting different gadgets, one beneficial and one not, right?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like the gift giving to Usagi, right? Whatever we're calling her. I'm just gonna keep calling her Usagi.
It's a trained muscle at this point. I can't not.
Yeah. The do we want to go into episode 6/9?
Time bomb. Yeah, it's one of the least edited episodes we've seen so far. There's
Oh,
very few. They literally just cut her being cut, which means this episode is just as janky in the original. It's quite funny because
what
like
a
the
weird
visor
episode.
isn't explained. Do you notice how the clock shop also changes location? It's inside a mall originally, but then it goes onto the street when they attack it later on.
I also want to point out that the setup for this clock shop is very similar to the jewelry setup, where it's like everything is 90% off. And at no point does Serena go, "That's suspicious." At
Or
no
Luna.
point.
Like,
Or Luna.
I do feel, and as somebody that goes to Asia semi-regularly, I feel like a lot of jewelry stores do have those big signs though that say everything's like on super sale to attract like tourists and pedestrians. We don't know what it's 90% off the original price of. Like we don't know how much it was upmarked in the first place. So for me, that's not necessary. That's kind of on brand culturally.
Is this why you're always tired? 'Cause you keep buying things from these obviously Dark Kingdom fronts.
Oh, sure, sure.
They
Yeah,
keep taking your energy.
they drain my energy so much. Even as even if I mean, do we want to talk about Jadeite here? Like in
Oh,
I
I
love him so
his
much.
logic here is amazing. We're going to speed up time. No, we're not. We don't really speed up time. We do that later, but it's going to produce double energy. No, it produces half because we're still doing the same amount of stuff, just we're dilating time.
But we are gonna frustrate a lot of people and get them really angry.
Yeah,
And that's where we're at.
Jedi, this is how the clock up works. You're not Kabuto. You can't do this.
Jedi, there is something I completely forgot in my adulthood how amazing Jadeite in the Deke dub is. I don't know what this voice actor's doing. I don't know what the writers are doing, but Jadeite is just absolutely stealing the show every time I see him. I love that blonde little sucker.
He's great. He's good value for like a leader of Monster of the Week and his silly plans.
I
Yeah.
love him. I think this is what happens if James never gets Jesse.
He just
That's
this
yeah.
is it gets the older woman and just pines her. This is the Miss Robinson, the
Yeah.
graduate of anime duos.
Yeah.
This just
Yeah.
this episode. What's funny about Time Bomb for me is that we've had all these removals. We can't have Usagi sweat. We can't have her throw kicks, but we can show a bus crash.
Yep.
And
That's
someone gets
okay.
injured from the bus crash. That's fine. Children know buses crash. They do not want to see them sweating.
Yeah.
Thanks, Deke.
Thanks, Deke. Like,
Yeah.
Uh, there's also some great lines in this. I personally like the "I'll miss my snail watching club," and I'm the only member. It's like, oh, that's quite good. And the teacher's like, "I've got 4 dinner dates tonight, so I've decided to cancel all your classes." We're just going all in on this teacher just having the weirdest love life.
God, I love it so much. I love Luna being jealous of the clock.
Yes.
And of course, this episode, speaking of Tuxedo Mask, gives us Tuxedo Mask.
Tuxedo Mask elsewhere doing other things that are vaguely
You got to get that Spanish guitar in there. That Spanish guitar sting just haunts my dreams now. Like if we get this cool little sting and then that's it.
It always now today like these days makes me think of JoJo because it kind of
Yeah.
is like when a stand is summoned, but the stand is Tuxedo Mask.
And way less useful. He is the least useful stand. And there are some very not useful stands in JoJo. There's
Yeah.
one that just clings to your back and kills you eventually.
I mean, to be fair, that's basically what Tuxedo Mask does to Usagi by the end of this season.
Yeah.
Cling to your back and kill you eventually.
Except he gets brainwashed again and then gets everyone killed again. Because good old Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah. It's super
The
useful.
hero with the really high body count, unfortunately, mostly his own.
Mm.
I'm thinking about it and how genuinely useless Tuxedo Mask is, I am kind of shocked that there weren't complaints about his character. Like, I think that people just, like, something about him just makes people love him so much, despite being useless. And
Oh.
yet, so many, like, shonen anime love interests get so much crap for being effectively useless while being infinitely more useful than Tuxedo Mask.
I love that you can tell they knew that because they start playing into it in external media quite a lot. If you ever watch the Sailor Moon stage musicals, there is a recurring bit of Tuxedo Mask being able to make copies of himself called the Tuxedo Squad, and they always lose every fight they're in.
I love
It's
that.
to the point that Usagi calls them on it at one point, like, you never do any, you never win these fights.
What is the point of you?
My favorite is the Dracula musicals, which I'm going to make you do an episode on Dracula at some point. It's stupid. But they literally, Tuxedo Mask arrives, I will save the day, and then immediately gets bitten by a vampire and dies.
Yeah.
It's like 15 seconds. It's like, wow. So they knew.
Like what an amazing thing. Like, and here's the thing, Tuxedo Mask is not carrying this on charm because Darian sucks. Like, so like I don't know how he's getting away with this.
He's mysterious.
He's got plans, which isn't really acting. He's meant to be stealing crystals. That's his kind of gimmick here. But we
Yeah.
don't really see him doing that. He's like, oh, I'm just going to turn up and break some things.
I will tell you guys just a little bit of Alyx lore. In high school, we had a costume thing for Halloween. I went to Catholic school, so you know it was big. Me and my friend group, we did the Sailor Scouts and Tuxedo Mask, and I will give you five internet dollars if you can tell me who you think who got to be Tuxedo Mask in our friend group.
Was it you?
It was absolutely me
You see,
because I didn't want to do anything, and I
you
just
played
wanted to
into
put,
it. Yeah, don't turn up.
Real
I just
rose,
wanted to put on a suit.
real
That's
rose
all
or
I.
fake rose? Did you use a real rose or a fake rose?
I actually had a real rose. I got a whole bouquet of them, and I went to an all girls Catholic school. And fun fact, without my makeup on, I'm a very handsome young man. So I just got to just sexually confuse people all day. It was great. It was one of my favorite days of high school.
Talking of confusing young children, the Sailor Says for these episodes are reaching as well.
Sure.
Sailor
So we start with like the first one where it's Amy giving us like, I'm going to work on Usagi study habits because that's what you do. Someone that could, yeah, non-consensually train your friends like dogs. That's a good plan. But I also love her. She's like, give school a chance, give your future a chance. Like,
Give your future a chance.
probably, if I think that's when I've talked to children. I'm not a teacher, but I think sort of telling them you should be educated for your future probably isn't the best way to ground that message for them because they're kids. They don't really have a grasp of that yet. But I like the second one where it's like, I do things fast to get over with, like homework. But that's how you make mistakes. Patience makes perfect. Like, Usagi's the worst person to be giving this message give this message because her entire success is through charging at things head on.
Yeah. Yeah. She is impulsive AF. Um,
And then Luna just ends the segment by fat shaming her. It's like, well, thanks, Luna.
It's kind of like asking Goku to espouse the virtue of, moderation when it comes to diet. You know what I mean?
Goku speaking for pacifism.
yeah.
Goku speaking for passive, like that one moment. Sorry, just to bring it back to Broly. Just that one moment in Broly where he's like, "We handle things differently on Earth." No, you don't, Goku. Shut up! Shut up!
We
That is
punch
not what you
with kindness.
Yeah.
punch with kindness. Shut up, Goku. You don't know.
You could definitely tell these Sailor Saiyans are like, we've got to have one of them. What's the message?
I don't know.
Eat your vegetables.
Yeah.
Something.
This episode has to deal with time. Let's talk about patience. Let's do that. It's like,
Patience is a virtue.
okay.
Which is kind of weird because you think the message here would be kind of the opposite. Because the whole point is like Usagi's scared of running out of time. So they do the grandma bit. Surely it's been like, hey, it's fine, move at your own pace. No, it's the 90s. We can't have good messages.
It's so weird, these little Sailor Says bits at the end of the episodes. Like I love them in a nostalgic way. There is no way that this would play today. There is not a chance. I don't even think children's television does stuff like this anymore.
A few do, but it's much rarer.
Does Bluey do anything like this? I don't know.
I mean,
I don't think Bluey has to.
Bluey does like messages, but they're not like they don't have the characters stop and turn to the camera and be like, "You be good."
First of all, we cannot talk poorly about Bluey because it is single-handedly healing the childhoods of every single millennial on the planet. Like, genuinely impressive. But
From
yeah,
what I've heard, it's more subtle. Like this, it's more subtle than this.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Like I've some of the students that I work with, I'll catch them watching Bluey, and it's just amazing. Like watching the so much therapy could be saved just by watching Bluey.
Also, could we just say the first one they do says where Amy's speaking, where they cut her face into the little bubble, where she just pops up. It's like a jump scare. Like so, I was there, like, because I had like, I was writing down, and I was like, I'm going to bloody hell.
Well, the kids won't be able to recognize her voice yet.
To be fair, I was going to say that's actually probably the biggest problem with these segments. The voices, I can't tell who's meant to be speaking sometimes. Like, who is this?
Speaking of Amy, like, what do we think of Sailor Mercury's inclusion in the second episode here? Do you think it's handled better, or is it almost tacked on because it feels?
I like the fact she's more open in this episode, but she does kind of just immediately join the team and not really do anything with it.
Yeah.
The highlight of this whole episode for me is the fact that her little computer has the RoboCop rules on it.
Yeah,
for a brief second.
Yeah.
Which again is just kind of funny when you remember she was meant to be an android originally.
Yeah.
I also want to point out something. I think we brought this up, but keep in mind we are now in this is episode 6.
/9.
Yes, slash 9. So keep in mind most anime series now run for a core of 12 or 15 episodes. We're only just getting our first teammate.
Yep.
It's been 6 or 9 weeks, and we've just got our first girl, and we've got like 4 more to go.
We're working
It,
on
it
that Daima pace.
Yeah,
yeah.
except they all appear in the last episode, and then
Yeah.
Super Saiyan 8.
It is kind of interesting, like since Dragon Ball keeps coming up, and the three of us have talked about Dragon Ball. Like the first 13 episodes of Dragon Ball itself, they get all 7 Dragon Balls. Like that happens so fast, and like when Sailor Moon has taken a million years.
Yeah. Goku dies in the end of like the 4th episode of Z, you know.
Yeah, Sailor Moon did not move fast, and it's again the point I bring quite a lot is starting people on it today do Crystal because Amy appears in the manga second chapter, Act 2, Sailor Mercury.
It was something the first week we covered Sailor Moon, I mentioned this, and it's like get used to seeing or don't get used to seeing some of these Sailor Scouts because you're not going to see them for like a while. Like some of them you're not going to see for a long time.
Like, I think it takes 40 episodes to get to Venus.
I mean, you won't be seeing them. I don't trying to know how many you'll see because we're only going to do the first 10 for this block.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: Jadeite dies. That's where we're ending this. But
Exactly, because there's no point in going past it.
but yeah, we won't be seeing like most of the squad until we come back and do another block later on because we go nowhere fast, and this is going nowhere fast, even with Deke cutting episodes like nobody's business.
Yeah. And that was something I brought up last week. I was like, did we, not being as familiar with the Sailor Moon lore, did we lose anything cutting like 3 episodes out? And you all were like, no.
No.
You do lose a bit of kind of the slice of life stuff, which I think is helpful for Usagi's character. But you can said Crystal just does the manga, and it's a much faster thing, and you don't lose that much from it.
It's interesting to think about how different anime production was then compared to now. Like there's too much breathing room, even in a show that's been cut to hell. And today, it almost feels like a lot of things go by way too fast.
And you have to keep in mind Sailor Moon there. The production of Sailor Moon was a mess. Like it was being written at the same time as the anime. You had Takeuchi giving them early drafts and then changing her mind or being told this is a girls' magazine. So that's again, I mentioned this if you don't know, but the Amy stuff was cut because she couldn't do it because of the girls' magazine. But the Toei staff were allowed to kill all the scouts near the end. It's just you end up with this. Then you reach the end, like very famously, the very last arc of Sailor Moon. The manga and anime are totally different stories because Chibi Chibi and Galaxia's backstory is all to hell because she changed her mind. And you see that a bit here. It's just like, what's going on? 2 groups talking past each other. Lead to some fun episodes. I say I still love Brainwashing Cram School of Horror, but I wouldn't recommend them to someone without the context of I was 6 and at the time Amy was the coolest person in the world.
Yeah. I mean, beautifully said. And I think, last week we made the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood comparison, and that definitely, I think, kind of applies here in terms of story deviation.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z versus Dragon Ball Z Kai or just Kai. Crystal and this are two, even this dub are 2 very different beasts.
Oh yeah, this dub is but hey, at least we still get the lovely New York accents.
And the Boston ones.
Oh, Boston.
Boston. She's got to get in the cat. But no, I think I am enjoying this. I do know that nostalgia is doing some very heavy lifting. Like nostalgia is a hell of a drug, and it is doing some very heavy lifting. So I think that I would not, in good conscience, start somebody for Sailor Moon on the Deke dub. But for people who grew up with it, like this is very fun.
Yeah, unless it's this context where we're torturing Sam by showing him this with the proper context.
Yeah.
This isn't how I'd start them, but I had so much fun with this because again, that one episode is just like for me such a distinct memory, even though Hilariously, I've realized over the years I've assimilated the memory of that and the Japanese one together somehow. So,
I mean, for me, this is still Gateway Sailor Moon. I'm not as familiar with the actual lore, so it's like, oh, so there's three less episodes we're playing with? Like, wait a minute, you're telling me this is actually episode nine, not six? Okay. We're going even
But
slower with the if we went with the actual original version. Okay, all right.
oh yeah,
mm,
we've got a few more coming next few weeks. We've got a couple of quite big jumps, if I recall.
Yeah.
yeah, there are going to be some big jumps. But speaking of big jumps, we have pulled into our final destination. That's right, it is time to disembark from Toonami Absolution. We thank you once again for joining us and talking about the shows that made us us and the shows that make you you. Once again, we are your hosts. My name is Alyx.
Sam.
And I'm John.
We'll see you next time. Bang.
Go to your computer calls.